And we are back with the boys 3A 3,200 meter championship final here at the University of Texas, the UIL track and field championships. It's going to be a fun one after this girls 3,200 meter final. Going into this race, we have 9 boys on the line. Crawford Kaiser of Am River Road, Noah Gilkey of Natalia, Riley Dro of Boyd, Taylor Gonzalez of Whitesboro, Colby Kurtz of East Bernard, Nathan Evans of Camarillo, Angel Torres of Tornillo, Jackson Cake of Whitesboro, and Wyatt Hoover of Hoth. Top seed here is going to be Riley Nedro, who run 9:27 in his region.
Corey, keep your eyes out for the gentleman all the way on the outside as well. Wyatt Hoover, he is your top returner from last year. He finished 3rd, so he does come in with experience. This is a guy that has been in this position before. And also with hit number 7, Angel Torres, the junior, he finished 4th last year as well. So you have your 3rd place finisher, your 4th place finisher from the 2021 UIL Outdoor Championships back in this field looking to grab that title.
And we are underway of the boys 3A 3,200 meter final here at the University of Texas. Texas State meet here, Liv, and we're about to get underway with a really fun final here.
It's going to be exciting. We saw Hannah Spears grab the girls 3A title, defending champion. Here we have the next, the first boys champion will be crowned after this event, and the 3,200 meters is going to be an exciting one.
Roughly about 4:45 pace we should be looking forward to on the 1,600 meter splits here. And I think in these lower classifications, I think you could see a lot of fireworks happening.
Yeah.
Because when you look at the seed times here, a lot of them are within striking distance of one another. Really, from 9:27 to 9:50, really that represents 23 seconds. I think people can make up that difference pretty easily. 67 seconds here for Riley Nedro of Boyd as he goes into the first lap in the lead.
And similar to what we saw in the girls' race, we started seeing these little packs start to form as the race continued to progress. We have a pack of 3 obviously out in front. We have another, and the other athletes are starting to string out a little bit, but still it's anybody's race right now.
Yeah, Nedro has looked to take control early on because he is a top seed. But as you said here, Wyatt Hoover's experience is telling him, stick with the leader, stay in contact with him, and I'll make this race eventually in the second half of it. But that's a really experienced move from I think Hoover here, sticking on the leader.
Yes, we have Riley Nedro, like we mentioned, leading this pack. Wyatt Hoover, Crawford Kaiser is right there, a pack of 3 forming. 2:15 on the clock. 6 laps to go here.
Kaiser's actually run 9:33 on the season. He's coming in here with a performance of 9:50 from regions. As we typically see throughout the qualifying series in Texas, it's not always your best race. You just want to get through. You want to get to the state championships, and then that's where you throw everything at the kitchen sink.
That's a good point, yeah. To get to this point of the season, these athletes have to go through rounds and rounds and rounds, and of course we're mid-May here, and some of these athletes will continue with summer track and postseason national championships. So, states is that pivotal moment for them to be like, okay, let's test the waters and really see where I finish amongst the best athletes in the state.
Interesting note here for these top 3 guys right now, between Nedro, Hoover, and Kaiser. All of them have run the 800 in 1:59 or 2 minutes flat. So their speed is pretty balanced at this point between those 3.
You can see Kaiser trying to somewhat make a little presence known that I'm still in this mix, moving up on the shoulders of Hoover with the white top, purple bottoms there.
Yeah. And Colby Kurtz actually in the red jersey, he's sort of making a little bit of a surge to get into this front pack. I don't think he's out of it yet either.
Yeah, we still see this pack of 3, and then we have, like you mentioned, I believe that's Torres there in 4th. And then Jackson Hake is there as well.
You're right, that is Torres, yeah.
So it's not over until you cross that finish line. But still, it's the same 3 gentlemen up at front. Nadreau, Hoover, Kaiser, Torres is there. But none of them look like they're pressing right now. They look very comfortable. They're still waiting on someone to make a move.
Yeah, I think they're going to come through this midway split right around the 440 marker, which is a very fast pace for these guys.
Yeah.
None of which have run under, well, Nadreau has run 927, but that's right around 920 pace. So typically in the 3,200 meters, you want to have your best 4 laps in your last 4 laps. So you go out too hard and you don't have enough coming back, then you run into some problems late in the race. As we say that, Kaiser on the outside now making a move into the front.
Bold move. Very bold move, especially right now in this race. I'm curious on the thought process of that.
He's got a lot of race left in him. But it's you know, it's less than 1,600 meters, and if he's counting on his sort of endurance here, then that's the bet Kaiser's making with himself. Now Nadreau, I think maybe that early pace has caught up to him a little bit, and now you have Kaiser and Hoover now trying to battle it out.
Hoover's not letting him get too far out in front. He's still in striking distance with 3 laps to go. I think that's very key. As I mentioned, Hoover, one of the top returners from this meet, he has the experience, so he's like, okay, I'm going to stick with him right now. I'm sticking on Kaiser's hip, not letting him get out too far out in front of me, and we're going to have a race pretty soon.
Jackson Hake in 5th, running right behind Torres for about a 50-meter gap there. Torres now inching his way up on the Nadreau, trying to get into that 3rd place position. But now it's become a battle between Kaiser and Hoover. Hoover, as you just said, he looks kind of comfortable. He looks like he's in this sort of holding pattern until, you know, maybe the last 800 meters here, but it looks like he's sort of saving up, running behind Kaiser, letting him do a little bit of that work, providing that wind resistance.
Corey, you mentioned this in the girls' race, and I feel like it applies to all 2 miles and 3,200s. This is the crucial part of this race. The last 3 laps to go, that's where everything is starting to settle in. 7 minutes with 2 laps to go. It's going to be a tight one down to the finish.
Absolutely, and I think we're in line for a big PR for both of these boys as they look to close it out. As we said earlier, 2-minute 1:59 speed for both these boys in the inner, so they definitely have some leg speed in them. Kaiser, I think at this point, probably running purely on adrenaline as he's out in front here.
The pace has been very consistent over these last few laps. Kaiser's last lap was 1:10, similar to Hoover. So we're going to probably see the last 400-meter splits get a little bit quicker as we're almost about to approach this bell lap.
It's funny how expectations change for, you know, his 17, 18-year-olds from year to year. Kaiser was just 5th in this race last year. He ran no better than 9:41, but now here he's on pace really to break a big PR, more than his 9:33 this season. I mean, he's changed dramatically, it looks like, year over year, and we'll see if he can hold on. It's going to be a battle over the last 400 meters for Kaiser and Hoover.
Look at Hoover. He's trying to wheel him in a little bit as they were approaching this bell lap. He was starting to move to the outside of lane 1. I felt like he was wanting to make a move, but he might have pulled back a little bit. But Hoover is on the shoulders of Kaiser. Kaiser's trying to hold on to grab this title, but Corey, it's going to be close.
The big thing is you got to feel when somebody's making your move. If he feels that Hoover is starting to make something on his outside, that he's got to answer that. There's got to be an answer to the challenge. And it looks like right now they're going toe-to-toe here with 200 meters to go.
Still Kaiser out in front. Hoover is still in striking distance on the shoulders. Almost about 150 to go. And I feel like Hoover's going to slingshot off this curve.
Yeah, Kaiser going in to oxygen debt right here, but Hoover's got a little bit more left in the last 100. We'll see if Kaiser can answer it. 100 meters to go. Hoover has now taken the lead. Heading into the final straightaway, he's played it purely strategically, and he got the win here. Wyatt Hoover of Hoff, 9:15 unofficially, wins the Class 3A Boys 200 meter state championship.
Corey, we talked about getting to this point of the season. This gentleman came in with a 9:47 and just dropped a blazing time here at the state championships to just show how much he wanted it in the grit. 9:15 officially, 9:15.46. Kaiser with that great move, settles for second, still a great performance for him, 9:17.41, and then Torres grabbed third for 9:33.74.
Yeah, I think he played it perfectly. You know, the experience, as you spoke about early on, was more important than, you know, I think he realized, and then he obviously put that together and put together a fantastic state championship performance. So 2 races up, 2 races down. We got 2 more to go in this early session here Thursday at the University of Texas here at the UIL Texas Track and Field Championships. Next up, we have the girls 3,200 meter run, Class 4A. We will get to that shortly.